Hey guys, welcome to Operation Let's Do This. So it's the first video, so let's get started. What has Santa brought me this year? This is the full Tang Raiden Cyborg Ninja High Frequency Blade Machete. It's available on Amazon. I believe it costs about like 20 bucks, pretty affordable. I'm going to do a quick product review and maybe some polishing and repairs. So to review, I really like it. It's got a good heft to it, nice thick blade, big handle, a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. You see this picture online and it looks like it's going to be like a normal sized knife handle, but this is a two-hander, definitely. The blade is stainless, made in China. It's a bit brittle. You may notice that the last half inch of the blade has been snapped off here. Part of this video is going to be me repairing that, kind of grinding it off and polishing and sharpening it. Speaking of sharp, it's sharp right out of the box. This thing is very sharp. Now it came with a nylon sheath. It's kind of a cheap nylon sheath. It's the kind of thing you would expect to get. I believe it was free, so it's not the best thing. It came with a shoulder strap, which immediately broke. But I mean, it's really thin, so it wouldn't have been useful for that anyway. Besides, I don't like shoulder straps. So the plan is to give it a nice polish, fix the tip like I said, polish up these steel fittings on the handle, maybe round off some of the wood on this that's kind of square, so it's not that comfortable. Give it a good kind of round, maybe restain it, maybe even make a new scabbard, maybe out of PVC. I saw a video of a guy doing it, it looked pretty good. So yeah, let's get started with the blade tip repair. We're gonna get the Dremel out and see if we can grind it. So here we go. So I'm sure you can see a little bit better the broken blade tip here. Like I said, about a half inch. I'm gonna grind it and try and kind of get a good curve on it. But one problem you might notice is the this curve, this bevel curve here. When I finally do grind it, I don't want to deviate too far from that curve. Right now it's about like this. If I were to trim it off too shallowly, it wouldn't match up with this curve. It would look kind of bad. So I'm gonna have to kind of give it a more of a graceful curve like this. The problem there being, if the tip is too thin, it might just break off again. So I have to kind of do a kind of a happy medium between the two. Make sure it's sturdy, but also make sure it matches this curve. Now I've already taken the liberty of marking the blade on this side in such a way as to, I think, will work. So the next step is to grind. Okay, so here's the tip. I've got it nice and clamped down on the workbench. I got my Dremel tool here with a cutoff wheel. I'm going to use that to trim off a good portion of this blade and then grind the remainder down. Now I'm sure there are better suited tools for this, but I don't have them. I have got the Dremel tool. So here we go. One thing I was going to do when I first start grinding, I'm going to make sure that the metal does not discolor when it gets hot. Sometimes it'll kind of turn blue or yellow with when a temperature, and then it'll be pretty much stained. So I need to kind of take it slow and make sure there's no discoloration. Always wear your safety goggles. And here, let's get started. I don't see any discoloration, so that's a good thing. We're getting a little bit on this side, so I'm going to have to be careful. you go. That looks pretty good. Now I can, let's check the other side. Yep, no discoloration down there either, so we're in good shape. I'm gonna get a kind of a grinding bit and finish that off, and then I can start sharpening it. Okay, I've fitted a small kind of a grinder bit to this thing and see how this behaves on this metal. So I might need to choose a different bit, but we're gonna try this one. Okay, that bit is not working at all, so I'm gonna pick a different one. That's better. Yeah, that's working really good. So I'm just gonna keep doing that. Okay, so I got it ground off pretty good. I'm gonna try and polish it off with this hand file. Kind of give it an extra smoothness. And put that on. So there you have it. I've polished it off, cleaned it, got a nice curve. I think that looks good. Now I just have to sharpen it, and then I can polish the blade. Let's see here. So, not wanting to bore you with all of the grinding and filing that I did it off camera, and here is the result. The tip looks great. I ground it nice and smooth, and used a hand file, this one actually, to get that sharpened bevel on the very, very edge. And it looks great. It looks factory new, or at least you could just barely tell that something has gone wrong. It's not quite a perfect curve right there, but you would have to really want to see it to notice that. But yeah, the tip came out great. I think it looks good. As far as the repair job for this sword, it's done. I mean, like, you don't get no better than that. Well, I guess you could. But with these tools, it might be difficult. So next step, I'm going to polish the blade and the handles, or the metal parts of the handles. I'm not going to show that on camera either. I'm just going to do it and then come back and show you the result. So I'm going to get started on this sanding.
Hey guys, I broke my foot. But I have been using this time to polish the blade. So you can see, this is, I've got one side pretty good. It's nice and shiny. This is the other side for comparison. Not nearly as shiny. Shiny? Not shiny. So, yeah, so I'll do the other side and then it'll be basically finished. So, back to the sanding.
Hey guys, welcome back. We are done. Take a look at this. Oh yeah, I got the tips all fixed. Blade is nice and shiny. It's not mirror fine. I actually think it looks better. If it was shined to a mirror gloss, you would really be able to see the imperfections in the blade. So this is a good medium shine, I guess you'd call it. I decided against doing anything to the handles because let's face it, they're fine, and I mean, not a whole lot you can do to it. It'd just be a lot of extra work, coupled with my broken foot, kind kind of took the morale out of the project. So I'm just gonna leave them as is, and it looks good. So I think I mentioned it before that it was really sharp, just right out of the box. But now, after polishing it with the fine sandpaper, it is now terrifyingly sharp. I actually cut myself while sanding it one time, but it's not bad. I would not recommend using this in an actual sword fight. It's a bit heavy, and most sword fights, like say in a bar, are over really quickly. But every once in a while it'll be a drawn out thing. It depends on the bar. So you wouldn't want to get too tired out with a heavy blade like this. So yeah, this was a fun little project. I really enjoyed working on it, and I'll see you next time. Got a couple videos planned, and thanks a lot. Yeah, like and subscribe.